So my wife was going to the store and I said, get some Folgers because I want to brew it in the CHEMEX to see what it's like. Because I don't know, I want to try it. Maybe I'll like it. Who knows? Let's give it a go. Now, one thing that I'm noticing, although I brewed this CHEMEX fresh, these coffee grounds have kind of a nasty smell to them. It almost smells like dirt. The coffee itself, though, smells pretty good, almost like a dark cherry. This coffee surprises me because it actually tastes way better than I would have thought it would have. Medium bodied with just a real mild acidity, but the aftertaste does have a faint, like what I would call the church coffee flavor. If you've ever had coffee that's served in like those big carafes at church or maybe at like a corporate party or something where you know it's just like cheap bulk coffee, that kind of flat, kind of stale flavor, there's a little bit of that in the aftertaste. Overall, I think the coffee tastes all right. I mean, if there was a way to get rid of that kind of flat, stale aftertaste, and even if the coffee could be brightened up just a little bit more, I think it would actually be pretty good. I mean, if I sat down at a little hip indie restaurant for brunch and they served me this coffee with my eggs Benedict, I think I'd be pretty happy. But you probably wouldn't see Folgers coffee in many hip restaurants and certainly not in any kind of indie coffee shops. And the reason for that is that Folgers isn't what we would consider to be a specialty coffee, and it certainly isn't third wave. In fact, they come from the first wave era of coffee, back when people wanted the convenience of having coffee available to them at home, where they could quickly and easily brew coffee any day of the week. But Folgers isn't trying to be third wave. I mean, they have a huge customer base already. I mean, I'm sure many of us know people in our lives, parents, grandparents, drink Folgers every single day. Now, I think the next question is, why am I even talking about Folgers coffee? Well, honestly, I just thought it'd be fun. There's a few things that come into play with the flavor of the coffee. The first thing is that this coffee is pre-ground. When you grind coffee, this dramatically affects the flavor of coffee because as soon as you grind the coffee beans, they start losing freshness like crazy. It's always better to buy whole bean coffee and then grind only as much as you need for the day. The other thing about pre-ground coffee is that you can't adjust the grind. So like, I can't make it finer or coarser. Well, maybe I could make it finer if I threw it in the grinder again, but you know, it's like not really what you would want to do. So you're just kind of stuck with the coarseness that you get. The other thing that's affecting the flavor of the coffee is the species of coffee plants that these coffee beans are sourced from. Now, I was looking at the Folgers website to try to find information about where the beans are sourced and what kind of beans they are. I didn't really have good luck doing that, but I found on some other sources online that it seems like the Folgers, at least a classic roast, uses a blend of Arabica and Robusta coffee beans. Typically, a lot of mass-produced coffees, like coffees that you find in grocery stores, tend to use Robusta beans or some sort of blend of Robusta and Arabica. In very oversimplified terms, the Robusta coffee beans just don't taste as good as the Arabica, at least in the current way that they're processed. Now, the coffee being pre-ground and containing a mixture of Robusta coffee beans could contribute to that flat aftertaste that this coffee has. Manual brewing methods like the CHEMEX, V60, AeroPress, even French press are really good at extracting the full flavor potential from coffee, even coffees that are outside of the specialty coffee realm, coffees that you would typically write off as being mass-produced consumer coffees. So I guess the takeaway, if there is one from this video, is that if you ever run out of your favorite specialty coffee and all you have access to is Folgers, well, if you got a CHEMEX, you're gonna be okay. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Later.